It's a lovely Sunday morning here in Johannesburg as we welcome you to Emirates Airline Park. For some of these teams, it will be their last outing in this under-21 competition, which some of you may not have picked up earlier on, and it's gone through the whole month of October. And today the first game will be the Toyota Free State under-21s against the Cell C Sharks. Both sides are sitting on 4 points on the log, and so it's going to be a hot day here in Johannesburg, going up to a temperature of about 32 degrees, they say, later in the afternoon. We had heavy rain around the Johannesburg area last night. Let's have a look at that Free State side. There have been a number of changes that the coaches have been forced to make. The reasons are two and threefold. One is because some of the players are required by the senior squads as they are turning 21 this year and simply qualified to play in senior rugby but via talent, size and various other things, maturity and that type of thing. They're captained by Ruwal van der Merwe, the number 8. They've had Corne Korf at number 9 the whole series. Skutter, Venter and Visser have been the main choices in the front row, as have George Cronier, who does move a little bit between lock and flank. Also Ramashaba, who's appeared in most of the games. They've got Charles Williams at fly half, and he's been there most of the time, except for the odd occasion when Franco Smith has played at fly half. Also Cohen Jasper has been at full-back most of the time, whereas Sabat and Bolton and Lafleur didn't play in the first game. And then the replacements, there are a few changes in the replacements, where Meads is the regular guy at in the number 18 jersey, where Tyson and Bierkus are new guys on the bench. Class is always there. And as you can see, we have, it says Petrus Smith there, so we'll just see when he comes on. The Sharks side, well, the Sharks took an awful hammering against the Bulls a week ago, but they really did very well against Western Province and beat Western Province quite handsomely, and then seemed to just lose all impetus. But they've had Ferzembata captain in the number 2 position. They've changed their fly half to Murray Costa, where it was Reinhard Jonker in the previous game. Falconer and Milan have been pretty regular in the centres. Jean Roux has moved a little bit from fullback to wing situation, but Takir Abrams takes over that position. Also, Glepu at scrum half has been a very consistent performer, and they've got a really workmanlike lock pairing in Van Heeren and Labuschagne. Khumedi, we look for Evan Roos to lift his game a little bit. He was a little bit overshadowed. It's one of those things when you're in a game and your forwards are taking an awful pounding, as they did against the Blue Bulls. The Blue Bulls are already through to the final. They have a bye today, so they won't be on show this Sunday, but they have 15 points. They've got a bonus point out of all 3 of their games, and so they lost 1 game. There you can see our log with the Blue Bulls at the top. They lost the game to the Lions, which was a very good performance by the Lions. Lions on 9 points. Now Western Province will be playing the Lions today, so the Western Province can get a bonus point win. They will go through to the final, and one might say that the Cheetahs and the Free State and the Cell C Sharks are basically out of the running, only having won one of their games. But Western Province, by dint of the fact that they had a bonus point win in their last game, have this opportunity to play the Lions. Well, the next game will be the Lions game, and that will be on the line in terms of Western Province. If they have a big bonus point win, they will go through to the final. Remember last year that the Blue Bulls won the under-21 competition and the runners-up were Western Province. We had a very slow start to this competition, and the reason being that a lot of their players were in the senior squad preparing with them. They weren't sure whether all those Western Province and Stormers Springboks were going to go overseas or not, and so their preparation was somewhat hampered in terms of that. But we've seen some good performances. We've seen one or two sort of a very up and down type tournament where teams have played really well one Saturday or one Sunday, might I say, and then the next performance has been a little bit below par. But there have been a number of injuries and changes within the teams. I'm joined in commentary today by Martin Flongo, who is a sturdy-looking front ranker.
Thank you very much, Hugh. Lovely to be back here at Emirates Airline Park. The Cheetahs, or rather the Toyota Free State, will be looking at taking advantage of the Sharks being in higher altitude. So they'll want to minimize the options that the scrum half and the fly-half will have in order to execute their backline game plan, and rather play with their forwards and really be in the faces and the defense lines, get above that advantage line and not allow Sharks to make use of the speed they have within Takir Abrahams and Falconer. And also looking at the scrums that the Free State had last week, they were very good on the hook, very speedy in that, but not gaining much forward momentum. Out of the 9 scrums they had, they won 8 of them, but they need to work on executing the scrums a bit better and making use of the tall locks they have within Cronea, the 2 Croneas, George and Ruben Cronea, and just get a quicker up in the defense lineouts. But I'm looking forward to some action-packed rugby.
The Sharks led on by Fairs Mbata. They've got Lerche in the loose head position where he gets his first start of the competition. It has been throughout Nkunu, who has taken up that loose head position. Morne Ferreira from the Blue Bulls province is the referee in this first game. He's had a run out in every day when the under-21 tournament has taken place. Remember, next Friday, originally there were going to be semi-finals and then a final, but next Friday there will just be the final. So the Bulls against whom? That is the big question. So the Sharks in their familiar all black will be playing from left to right against the white-shirted Free State under-21 side. So Murray Costa is at fly half. I haven't seen him playing at fly half. Seen him very useful at centre before. Chamberlain, some of these changes, we're not quite sure whether they're rotation or whether there are injuries involved.
Backwards.
Well, the referee allowing that was saying it went backwards initially. It looked like it might have gone forward a little later. Kornekoff under a little bit of pressure there, but now a chance for the counter from Abrahams. You see how quick he is on his feet. And Glepu, who's at service I'm really impressed with. First saw him playing down in Cape Town for Sachs against Wynberg Boys High a couple of years ago. Good running off the ball by Mgledse, and now creating a little bit of space. So a good lively start here for the Sharks. Stepping again there is Costa. Glepu once again coming forward. Roos, we were looking for Roos to have a little bit more space to move in because he's a mobile number 8, and this is a good build-up by the Sharks, and the follow-up by Glepu was good, but to no avail.
The Sharks wasting no time to show their intention today, making use of the loose trio within Kalimpilo, Kumete, Ivan Roos, Adam Monfort, getting on that advantage line, and the support play quite meticulous between Ndlepu and Acosta. Just unluckily, there's Kumete knocking the ball forward.
Let's work hard on stability after each score.
Hugh, these are the exciting times of the games when the scrums happen.
For the front rankers, yes.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Yes, Bunny!
Okay, just both
Yes.
sides. Slipping. All right, move over. Right, guys, it's very wet underfoot. So work hard on your body weight. Keep your feet underneath your body. All right.
So a nice little report there from the referee, Morne Ferreira. Very wet underfoot, so obviously they had that heavy rain last night.
Massive one now.
Bind.
Bunny again, another one. You can see it's
Set.
down the rain.
Number 3.
Well,
Overextending.
immediately the referee asked them not to overextend, so immediately it is a penalty against the Sharks for doing just that. Particularly on a wet field, overextending means that you've thrown your legs way back from your hips. Williams.
You could see just from that bind that Henry Jacobs had onto Donnie Skitter, he was looking to win
On me.
the hit, but just overextending and not being able to support his own body weight.
5.
George could see at the front, Ruben at the back. It goes to Ruben. Korf, Williams. Oh, that's a beautiful line break there by the Free State, and brilliant play, absolutely brilliant. And the try scored by Shane Bolton. Well, first set piece win for the Free Staters, and they've certainly made it count.
Korf quite consistent with reading the game and knowing how to capitalize on these opportunities, and Bolton had cutting right through the Sharks defense, could have held on to that ball from the first instance to score the try, but rather released it to Van der Merwe, and again back to him with excellent support play, scoring that try for the Free State.
Good to see when a centre breaks the line like that and then is in a position to just watch how he gets there, gets the ball away. Now he puts himself into the perfect position to go under the post. They would get it away for Van der Merwe. That's a good driving maul there by the Sharks, putting pressure on the white-shirted Free Staters. Corfit scrum half positions to do that.
On me. Open up. I'll give you enough time. 4 in. 4. Sorry, 5.
So the first line out for the Sharks with their skipper to throw, Mbata. Good clean ball, Glepu. Worked on to Khumede. Now that's in fact heavily overcooked by the fullback Abrams. Not quite sure what he intended there. Well, it was a
gold on the line.
A kick almost for touch that he wanted to bounce in field, and it bounced about 15 meters over the touch line. So it will be Jonas Venter to feed this line out. They had a little run up and down, but their line-out work is clean. Now with
Play on.
Khumede, nicely played for Williams. Rue.
Been touched. Been touched.
Well, the referee was quite clear there. He shouted, "It's been touched, it's been touched." I'm not quite sure why Jean Roux didn't hear him, but he then kicked the ball. In other words, it had been touched, so it's carried back. Theoretically, it's quite a tough call. Nonetheless, Free State have that line out right there, using the number 8 to good effect. Well, they've moved them all over the 22, so they're making pretty useful progress. Very important here that your Skutter, Fenter, Fissers of the world are applying huge weight. Those are the tight three. Then the other,
you're fine, you can't collapse it then.
George and Ruben are also big lads. So they milked the penalty. It'll be, well, quite clearly Williams taking that kick.
Just wait till he's on the ground
to the touchline very quickly. If they get another maul like that from this line out, they could well maul it over the try line. Oh, that's a beautiful move. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant move. Wowee, that is outstanding. No wonder they're ecstatic. A try scored there by Janus Venter. But Martin, I'm sure you'll have fun describing this move.
Isn't it lovely?
Fabulous move in the line out there.
Coach Isak van der Westhuizen must have gone hard to work on the lineouts that we were struggling with last week. But look at that. Not allowing the Sharks to defend that maul, driven them to the front line. And then how beautifully is Janus Venter spreading the Sharks forward defense like the Red Sea and scoring his try.
Yeah, but it was a 3-pass move in the line-out that made the big difference. It really confused the Sharks.
It did, and it forced them to defend the 2 forward mauling packs, and they thought that it would be a maul on either side, but then they opened that space in defense, allowing Venter to score.
Another successful conversion by Williams.
10 minutes, chat to me. Bye.
Brilliant line-out by Free State. First maul. Look at that Sharks defense forming on the first maul. Went to the second maul, and then Janus Venter spreading that Sharks defense and putting his name on the scoreboard.
Well, it takes some coaching and some working out there. They're getting working out where they can move those defenses to. I remember the All Blacks doing it very effectively with their front rank, where they opened up the gap in the line-out. Front row came hurtling through that huge gap, as did Janus Venter. I thought that was a brilliant, absolutely brilliant work by the Free State forwards. Well, an opportunity for the Sharks to get, well, onto the scoreboard if they wish. Tendency sometimes you go 14-0 down and then you start chasing the score. There are people who like to take the points when they're on offer. But the Sharks are deciding to set a line up at the corner of the field.
Yeah, I think the Sharks needs to work on the defensive lineouts, because they always choose to defend the maul rather than contest in the air. And they have one of the tallest locks here in Emil van Heerden. And they have to use them, get quick up in the line and defend those lineouts and still retain the ball.
Well, they've got this maul going. It's moving up towards the 5-meter line. They need to keep it going. They've got some momentum now. Desperate defense. Glepu had to grab it. Nice little bit of positional play by Leroux Malan. And then the interception, and away bursts Free State. Here goes Lafleur. Has he got the pace? He might have the pace. No, he had to get it inside. Wonderful pass on the inside. They've done it again, have the Free Staters. Falcon and Lafleur, no wonder they're whoops of joy, and Chele getting in for that try, the right winger.
Brilliant move that the Sharks tried there. Just communication lacking and not getting that effective pass. But this man, Shane Bolton, quick on retaining that ball. The Fleer seeing that he doesn't have the pace to get onto that advantage line. But here, with a brilliant finish, it's Sianda Qele. But I feel as if the Free State went back and listened to your commentary last week. You were talking a lot about support play. And we see them today quite doing it brilliantly. 4 or 5 men on the run in the correct attack position, which also just increases the opportunities for an excellent execution.
Well, Martin, I've always been a great advocate of pass and back up. Don't run into the tackle and then pass.
Yes.
Because if you pass before you're tackled, you're in a position to back up. Another successful conversion by Williams. Well, an outstanding start. Okay, let's say a mistake there by the Sharks, capitalized by quick play and beautiful handling by the, well, one might say Bolton, Lafleur, and Thiele coming in there, running off the ball again. One of the greatest attributes of the great Dani Gerber was that he ran off the ball brilliantly. Had that sixth sense of running himself into open spaces. Taken by Korf, eventually, a little bit of a fumble by him. And so Jasper ran up to take the scrum half. Nice delivery by him. Abrams. I've been impressed with Abrams. Nice little ball there. Good running off the ball by Jean Roux. They just couldn't get the ball away there to Mountford. Adam Mountford, who really gets around the park. He's one of those slightly shorter number 6 flankers, but he gets around, forages, works hard. Has been impressive in this tournament.
So it is weight underfoot. Get our feet underneath our bodies. Support our body weight. Get the stability. All right. Get your feet.
Okay, so you haven't got to get your feet under your hips. You've got to get your feet under the body, according to the referee.
Yes. It makes it quite better to support your own body weight, and this is where you want to take small, minimal steps.
Yeah.
Because it's weight underfoot, it's slippery. You want to have a controlled drive forward.
Open up that shoulder.
Good feedback given by our referee, Monet Ferreira.
So the Sharks will probably be thinking, we haven't done really badly in this game so far. Territorially, we've been okay, but check the scoreboard.
Set. Play it.
Korf. Again, there's close contact there.
No hands, left off feet.
As Bolton once again goes into that contact position.
Outside, use it. That ball's out.
Yeah, well, that's not great scrum half play. As Korf was in a position to get that ball out to one of his outside backs, particularly Williams. He was tight up against the touchline, trying to get. There's a little bit of a breeze swirling around Emirates Airline Park right now. So important for Mbata. Fez to get his line-out man, give them a bit of clean ball, and it's well taken there by Labaskachny. Here's Mountford. Oh, it's a thumping tackle there from Dion Nivot.
No hands. Step.
Drepu. Now this is where the Free Staters have made an advantage. Korf again. Nice ball. back to Williams. We talked about Williams having more of the space, that time not quite going in the direction intended.
Well, Mountford into contact there. Mbata flying through that space. I think it's the second time the Sharks get into the green zone being in from the 22 to your opposition try line, and then getting that try line fever, and that's why Labuschagne took his eyes off the ball and couldn't execute well.
It's backwards.
Again, that line of defense is very solid by the Free Staters. Glepu had a nice little run around.
First man on his feet. Number
But
4.
disappointing end to the possession that the Sharks had there. They'd lost a little bit of ground, but they're unable to get the ball. That's good play there by George Cranier.
What Free State is doing well is tackling within that advantage line, not allowing Cheetahs, not allowing the Sharks rather, to get beyond the advantage line, making those positive tackles.
White, black, hold here. Hold.
And the one thing the Sharks have to look at is when they follow up plays. So when Ndlepu gets the ball going on the second pass going in, they tend to be a bit far back, which allows Free State to get into that advantage space where they need to get to drive through. So they just need to watch, pass a bit closer and close that space and not to be too wide.
Wide awake play there by, and good play by Hanu Jacobs, Mountford.
No answer.
Glepu, Costa. Oh, nice little incursion into the back line there. Now Abrams gives chase. It's a race between the full-backs. Now, what did the referee decide happened
it's
there?
Not backwards off white, then backwards off black, dotted down, scrum black.
Ndlepu got that ball going.
Okay.
Great little flip there into the hands of Root.
Well, it's a case of Jasper, and Jasper just knocking that ball backwards. And then Jean Roux unable to touch it down. I thought that Jasper actually knocked that ball backwards.
Crouch! Higher, both backs higher. Come higher.
Maybe that ball also carried over. It's the referee's decision. Now chance here for the Sharks.
All right, that's out of the tunnel. Yeah. Just move over.
Cuneni, the Sharks left wing, standing right over on the far touch line.
Guys, on the crouch bar, we need to come a bit higher, please.
The big thing is that Sharks need to hold that scrum steady now
Crouch!
to give them a platform.
Bind! Guys, there's no stability from both backs. We need to sort it out, please.
Skutter, Venter, Visser, front row for the Free State. Letse, Mbata, Jacobs in the front row for the Sharks. Those are the guys who've got to keep it steady. Van Heerden, Labuschagne, the two locks as well.
Set! Steady! Advantage.
Yeah, that's good. Front forward ball
Number 3.
for Evan Roos. Great scrum
Captain.
by the Sharks. Psychologically, will enjoy that.
Scrum option. Okay, let's move over a bit.
In fact, one that looked at that, the Sharks going forward, there might have been slightly better control at the back of that scrum.
Quite composed, and this is an excellent decision that Captain Butter took.
Wait for the ball. Stability.
They're building the momentum and applying excellent pressure on the Free State scrum pack.
Well, they've just got to
Crouch.
concentrate. They must concentrate on first requirement is keep it steady. Sometimes they decide they're going to have a move. They're so intent on shoving it over the goal line that they forget to control the ball, as Roos does well now.
Fine is out. Hold.
Glepu for Jacobs. They're doubling around quickly now.
Player.
And it's grabbed there by Dion Nieuwoud. He's worked hard, Nieuwoud. Korf. Well, that's disappointment for the Sharks. They got themselves in such a good attacking position. Their scrum was going forward, and it requires concentration, control to make those situations count. This is the top under-21 tournament in South Africa, and so the opportunities don't come that often. They're going to go into a water break now because of the temperature going up towards the 32-degree mark. And so one we might say the first 22 minutes of the game has been very fruitful for the Free Staters, Martin.
It has. They've been working very hard on their support play and reading the game very well consistently from last week. It's Gordon Alkoff. He's at the pinnacle of the attack play of the Free State, or Toyota Free State rather. And then the Sharks, it's just lacking the composure in those crucial moments, whereby last week you saw them missing tackles. They missed about 37 tackles within the crucial moments, which allowed the Bulls to run and capitalize on that. And this is where they have to work on keeping that momentum, keeping the composure, especially when you get beyond the 22 of your opposition. It's just they need to just work on the game plan, go back to the drawing board and say, what did we discuss in the week? What do we do when we get to these crucial moments? Stability and composure is very important, and Ndlepu and Mbata needs to realign and just make sure that both packs, meaning the forwards and the back line, execute much better going into the last 20 minutes of the game, of this half rather.
Well, these, we'll have a look at the tries. That's obviously a mix-up in midfield on defence by the Sharks, and Bolton with a clean break and then passing and getting back into position of scoring under the posts. This was the move of the day. Watch there, 1 pass, 2 passes, 3 passes within the line out. Beautiful try, beautifully worked.
Very well done. And just unluckily, Jandre Labaskagni choosing to join that second pack defense on the drive, and that opened the gap for Fenter to score. And look at this support play. 5 Cheetahs, or rather Free State players, giving it multiple options on whoever can score. And finishing very well there was Sianda Kele.
Time back on.
So Toyota Free State will start with the line out. Good play there by the number 8, who's got some good line out ball, has Rualt van der Merwe. Now it's Lefleur who's doing good work. Lefleur, who has captained the side. That's the worst move by the Free Staters in the entire game.
No end black.
But they've managed to recover it well. Now some of the front rankers trundle it up the middle of the field. It's good ball for Korf eventually.
Use it.
And Williams.
Just play it.
So they've been solid in that area of the game, have the Free Staters. Setting up the ball well. Korf has kicked a couple. Williams, that was a really good...
on the line.
Not too sure about the cliche of exit strategy because it's used so often, but it was a good bit of play by the Free Staters.
Indeed was. It takes good composure and preparation to be able to get yourself out of those pressure moments, and doing very well in that is Williams and Korf. Such an excellent link between the two, and the communication quite good, being able to stabilize and get that pressure off them, relieve them very well.
Labaskagni, Mountford. Malan coming in at close quarters. Vlepu gets a good ball. This is where they've got to keep control. Costa under pressure. You see the line of defense of the Free Staters coming up very quickly. Now it's with Jacobs. He's been useful on the run, the tight head prop there, Pooh.
Advantage 10 offside.
Good support play there from Kunine. Klopper again, Jacobs rather.
Right, yeah. Got a penalty here or penalty back there. Offside both. Yeah. Offside.
So Murray Costa will just look for an accurate kick into the corner. Judy does, he does so. One might say, you know, he might have got a little bit more ground, but the big thing is not to kick it behind the corner post. Give away the line out. So they're continually using the same man in Labuskakli. Now Mountford, and he hard-working flanker Adam Mountford gets good reward for his continuity.
Adam, be very careful if you're the ripper, not to slide back. All right, at the mall. Be very careful.
Adam Mountford rewarded for his hard work. This man gets around the park. Exceptional work rate. Strong on the maul, strong on the bind is the Sharks. Driven forward. The option was also open from Bata, or rather from Mountford to release Bata.
Right here.
The Sharks getting their name on the scoreboard. Keeping the contest alive.
So Murray Costa gets his first attempted goal. He's taken over from Reinhard Jonker. Reinhard Jonker, of course, the son of Test referee Marius. Yeah, lovely conversion by the Sharks fly half.
Good play by the forward pack of the South Sea Sharks. Mumford being rewarded for his hard work, driving over Charles Williams from Free State and scoring the try.
All black.
Good play by the Sharks scrum half there. We said Exepu showed talent from an early age. Now Giannis Venter, to me, scored the try of the game. Lovely ball for Korf.
Advantage off. High. That's good. First run leg. High tackle. You were fine. High tackle. That wasn't you.
Straight in front of the posts. But I must say Shane Bolton's causing some problems for the Sharks defenders. He's a big inside centre who's broken the line and followed up to score an outstanding try, and he's putting the Sharks defenders under pressure with his big strong running in midfield.
Thanks. Or back line, get back. 12, high tackle.
Now, what can they conjure up here? First requirement
Advantage
is
early.
done perfectly for the Toyota Free Staters.
Again, too early. Play the man in the air. Under 15.
So the line-out adjudication by the referee
Get
is
back.
that the
Get back.
Sharks played the man who jumped for the ball too early.
Right.
Your
You need
timing's
be
got to
on
be
the floor
pretty
before you
perfect
drive.
to
Sort it out.
do what they call the
How
sack.
many numbers? 6. Okay, 1 out. 1 out.
You'd hope to see the Sharks use the height of Emil van Heerden in actually contesting the ball in the air.
Oh, it's a great double around there. The Free Staters looking very promising here. Almost one thinks that Korf could have scored on his own there. Little dummy and dive over. It goes wide. This is Lafleur. Just couldn't reach for the line. One might think that the Free Staters will be disappointed with not scoring there.
No, but he was still in the line.
Well,
Most
sometimes
definitely.
look at a scrum
You must make
half,
sure it's 2
Martin, and
meters
you've
behind.
got the ruck situation that defenders are so keen to get it wide. A little dummy
Okay, time's
dive
off.
over the ruck.
Okay, guys, let's use
That
this
could
time,
work.
Front rows. Front
I
rows.
believe we saw it last week with, was it Rinchberger
Front rows. Where's the other one?
or Western Province? He
We'll wait
did
for
that
him.
himself. The prop that came on, and he scored the try.
Yeah.
Okay, number 3. Let's go. All right. So both of you guys are complaining about the same thing. You're saying he's going in. You're saying you're going in. All right.
He's driving around. Right?
No. Same
Work
thing.
it out.
All right. Just get the stability. Push straight. Then it's sorted.
Front
All right.
rankers. The good
front
old
rankers.
war of the front rankers.
Right. Let's go on to the line.
Both
Okay. Let's get the stability.
complaining to the referee. Now they've got the first aid, the mobile first aid stretcher. This is unfortunate.
Warm.
It's like Van Heerden.
Do you have a sub on for him? All right. Thanks.
It's Tembi Songube.
Right, guys. So
Nube
both backs. Get the stability. Support our
coming
body
on
weight.
as a replacement. That's an unfortunate end for Emil van Heerden.
Actually, we're fine there. He's off the field. Okay, thanks. Time back on. So, distance. About 3 Ks. Crouch. Both backs higher, please. Bind. Set.
Well, it's an
Double knock.
awful mess there by the Sharks. Pressure by the Free Staters. Khumere very nearly getting his hands on the
Thanks.
ball there.
Both sides just going up. Yeah? Yeah.
Corne Korf claiming a try. In fact, he would have been in an
As long
offside
as you're not going down, you
position
need to support your body weight.
as Khumere knocked it
Yeah.
on.
We need to find that balance. All right, between the height. Keep the distance on the bind, you two, please. Crouch. Bind. Set. Advantage. Number 1 in.
Solid scrum by Mdletshe, Jacobson and Mbata.
Just look at face. Be very careful to hit and chase. So set stability. It was on the border there.
Well, the Sharks will do well to have got out of that situation. They've got themselves out of their 22. Wasn't the greatest kick by Costa. Also a little foot in the way there that's illegal. Mbata with his throw. They still have Labuskachny there. Mbata in possession very quickly, and they're on the trot here, the Sharks.
Same ball, same
And they're
ball.
still on the trot. Now they've gone to a canter. Working it over the halfway line. The best maul of the match by either side. Costa, Maland. Now a chance out wide here for the Sharks. They've got to keep it straight. Abrams, Rue. Falconer, who was just unable to get that ball away. They not need to keep control of the ball, the Sharks.
That's good.
They're
Backline
just
level
getting
side.
in that situation and they're losing control.
Guys, get back 10. Back 10. Get back. Right here, 10.
Good accurate kick by Murray Costa.
Free State defense line caught offside. Very eager to stop the Sharks in their attacking attempts. But also Falconer in that attack line by the Sharks just taking a bit long to straighten, also closing down the space that they have on the wings.
Well, if they can get a more gain like they got on the previous one, and they're mauling it strongly, very strongly. Normally it's the hooker and Bata. There he has the ball, but work back off the try line.
Get back 10. Use that.
Little dart there, Mledche.
Hold on. Hold 9.
Well, now Costa has gone into the scrum half position. Plepu, Costa driving for the line. They're over the line.
Hold up.
The referee quite clear. He's right on the spot to make that judgment.
Great attempt by Korf and Bolton on the Free State side.
Became a tackle.
Clinical in the tackle. One chopping down the legs, the second holding on to the ball, not allowing Sharks to jot down the try.
No, it's fine. Thanks, Ben.
Look at the technique. Korf holding on to the ball and getting under it is Bolton, disallowing the try for the Sharks.
You're right. Ja. Ja, dat was je offside. Nee, je was perfect.
So a little time in one or two of the front rankers receiving attention, including the captain Fez Mbata. Also a little bit of attention earlier for Hannu Jacobs, the tight head prop. The Sharks pack have gathered to one side. A lot of chat as to what they're going to do from the scrum.
Right, so be careful. Set and hold, stability.
Well, the skipper was receiving attention and the other 7 were having a powwow.
The ball set is fine, but on the set, get stability and then we push. Right, sound back on?
I'm back.
Yes. Louder. All right. Odi.
Well, we're working towards the close of the first half, and it would be good morally for the Sharks to get within 7 points of the Free Staters, who started extremely well. They scored their first 3 tries. Those 21 points the first 12 minutes of the game. Abrams. Go on, if he's got the try, yes, the referee has awarded it.
No.
We talked about Takir Abrams before, his footwork, his pace. In fact, on the losing side, he was a consideration for man of the match.
Thanks.
Zakir Abrams,
In the corner.
a little shimmy, and with great strength carrying those 2 Free State defenders over that line and jotting down the try. Not just good in the step, but quite bulky and
In the corner.
with a lot of strength as well.
Thanks.
Well, the conversion couldn't be more difficult than this. That is a wonderful kick by Murray Costa. So the Sharks do get reward for their attacking ability.
Quite composed in this execution, and Takir doing very well to hold on to the Free State defense and scoring the try.
Well, the good old Sharks days of 8, 9, 15. Remember, if you will, Teichmann, Putt, Yubert.
Advantage.
Now the turnover ball here for the Sharks. Bolton well tackled.
Get out, Black. Thank you.
Well, it was a big tackle there on Johan Skutter. Now work here for Jasper. He hasn't had an awful lot to do as Koen Jasper. He's also one of those fellows who's lightning quick, and his clearance is good.
Good.
Thumping tackle by Leroux Milan onto Bolton.
Black, we got on the line. Open up a bit.
I'm a bit worried about Hani Jacobs. He's got the second time he's got up really
Line
slowly,
is yours.
and you can see him on the left-hand side of the halfway line there, just with his hands on his knees. Oh, it's good work there by Khumede. Abrams.
Knock on off time.
Well, Abrams gets away with it there. A little bit of a knock on there, but the siren went for half time. So the Free State Cheetahs starting off with a real rush and scoring 3 fantastic tries to put themselves in a 21-0 advantage. But the Sharks have stuck to their guns. 2 converted tries for them, and they trail by just the 7 points.
So you like it when things get personal. Introducing the ultimate sports app from SuperSport. With its all-new personalized features, now you can choose which sports you want to see. And get notifications for all the game-changing moments so you know when your team scores.
Brilliant! Just brilliant!
and you can then watch it again and again. Whatever you're looking for, we've got you covered. Download the new SuperSport app for a highly personalized sporting experience.
Welcome to Emirates Airline Park for the second of today's games. Western Province will be taking on the Toyota Free States. That's DHL Western Province. Free State, one of the more consistent sides in terms of selection, probably because they don't have as big a squad and that type of thing. Murray, Moffat and Meads in the front row come off the bench to play in that game. Gustav Meyer has been a regular, as has Ruben Cronier. Be interesting to see Chris Schroeder, who played SA Schools cricket and rugby, is at fly half, along with Thomas Bursey and Waka Sulan as well, and Daba. Very useful centres. Bleula played in the early games, only 2 of the backs and 3 of the forwards. So the Free State backline were offside in any event. And then the burst for the line is good.
Perfectly well-timed pass by Matthijs Kitshoff.
On the right side of the scrum. Maybe Korf will run with it. Van Wyk, Korf, yeah, running off the ball is brilliant. And Jasper gets the try, so it pays off that Lefleur made those decisions.
Stepping and cutting right in is Jasper, putting his name on the scoreboard.
Towards the back line now, Solan and Zwelendaba. Now this is well, he's got to go straight, he's got the pace, wonderful pace.
Great retention of the ball by Degenaar. With electric speed is Angelo Davids curving around the Free State defense.
Ball's in front.
Ball is good for Province.
Short.
To Liu, short, and eventually the dive is there.
Just the defense lines from the Free State a bit struggling around the fringes. No one in front of him, gave him enough time just to pick that ball and dive over the try line.
And yet Province come up with it. Good work there by Solan. Now the chase coming from Dozer. Really quick, this winger. Beautiful running.
Confidently punting it over the defense line of Free State, knowing the bullet speed of Angelo Davids.
More, no more
Good
sacking.
clean ball at the back of the line out by Free State, and they get them all on the go. They try to get the ball back to Moffat again. He's in position
No,
now.
not one.
Urged on by Korf.
That's not Ash.
Now Williams gets in the fly half. And the try is given. I think the ball carrier was William Moffat.
And leading in there is Luan Potgieter driving through, motivating that forward pack to keep their bind and work pretty hard. The try by William Moffat.
You see they're just giving a little bit of a tangle there. Bursey again. Now chance out wide. And yeah, the try is given.
Bursey yet again reading this game quite well. Mlashe had the opportunity to pass the ball out to Grobler, but took it upon himself to break through the Cheetahs.
Well, it's hot here in Johannesburg, but there's been some really entertaining play by both sides. Western Province lead 31-14. They're on an advantage here. Jasper, lovely ball for Potgieter. Look left, Bolton, look inside, and Korf runs the try in.
But look at that, 2 men on the outside for scoring opportunity, 4 men on the inside for scoring opportunity, making it easy for Korf to jot down that try.
Good lofted kick. Oh, and away goes Davids. Great chase up by the left winger, and Angelo Davids is in for a hat trick.
Davids with a great airball contest, winning that against Jasper and scoring the try.
Steady.
Korf, Williams. Goal coming in from the right wing there. It's beautiful. Beautifully worked in Jasper.
Released him past the advantage line. Scoring that try is Jasper.
It shows you too how important the fullback can be. Alexander is in there. Good ball for Schroeder. Gets it over the top. That's wonderful handling from Jared Taylor. Now chance out wide, and the try is given. I think it's given there.
Great support play also given by Rinchberger. Seeing the opportunity, leaning forward and pouncing past Cohen Jasper.
The second game of the day. Western Province getting that bonus point right at the death there. 47 to 28. Well, a vital try there for Western Province, which has kept them in the hunt. The next game will be the Lions against Western Province, and that will decide who goes into the final against the Blue Bulls on Friday. That will be Friday the 30th. So that is the log situation. You can see the Lions on 9 points. Western Province get a bonus point win against the Lions later on today. Game starting at 1:45. Then Western Province will go through to the final. And that would be a repeat of last year's final, where the Blue Bulls put it against Western Province. So they won, and then Western Province were the runners-up. So let's have a look at some of the highlights of this first half.
Look, right there, support running, quite improved by the Free State. Had 4 options on that try, and we had Bolton jotting it down himself. Oh, this is that brilliant line-out move that they had. 3 passes, finishing it off with Janus Venter, allowing this, forcing the Sea Sharks defense line to defend those 2 forward packs, and spreading them wide open was Janus Venter. And look at the support running yet again. The Free State Shark Payne is stacking attention to detail in terms of passing the ball into the right channels, into the right spaces. Finishing off there was Sianda Kaele. Came this brilliant line out by the Sharks right in front of the Free State try line, holding on to it with a perfect execution in the support of Fezagut Lambata was Adam Munford, putting his name on the scoreboard. What a hard-working man that is. And also well composed, and finally finishing it off and getting his name on the scoreboard is Takir Abrahams. But it's been a brilliant half of some excellent rugby.
The second half, which has become quite a contest. It started off as Free State, as let's hope many of you saw, Free State running into that 21-0 lead, and then the Sharks fighting back to make it a 7-point game. Both sides just basically playing for pride today. They're on 4 points, so this will be their last game of this tournament. This has been quite a test for the talent of South Africa, or the cream of South African under-21 rugby.
Hugh, there's been a sub made coming onto the position of Henry Jacobs. Is Francois Klopper wearing the number 18 jersey for the Sharks.
Thanks, Martin. I thought that he was battling a little bit. Good recovery there by Khumede. He knocked it on and then put in a thumping tackle on the right winger there.
Yes.
Dele.
Right, guys, time off.
Proven to be a bit difficult catching that ball, looking right into the sun.
You're right.
And Free State made a good decision to kick into that side of the field.
Guys.
So we have Klopper in the front row for the Sharks. But you may have heard me say it just before half time. I thought that Jacobs was battling a bit. Let's hope he's okay.
You're going to be fine. Are you sure? Will you keep an eye on him, please? Right, guys, let's go. Right, guys, the previous scrum, last one in the first half, good pictures. You can give me that, it's going to be good. All right, keep the standards up. Time back on. Okay. Go. Let's switch. Who's gonna take captain? Let's go, Mark. You. Okay. Right.
So another replacement
Let's hit the
is
standards again. On set, get the stability before we push. All right.
Oki Barnard comes on to the, I thought it was number 19, came on there into the front row.
Mark
time back
Venter,
on.
the 16.
Crouch. Bind.
So the Sharks losing their skipper Fez and Bata. Korf, Bolton, again the big centre gaining ground. And that was great defence. Adam Mountford again, tremendous play by him. Bolton came running very, very strongly.
You did lift, but work hard to get it. Right there.
Adam Mumford, quite meticulous in his ways, getting right on top of that Free State attacking line. This man's work rate is impeccable.
It was also good defence at close quarters by other Sharks defenders as well.
5.
So it is indeed Mark Venter who finds Labuskachny. I think they go to Labuskachny just about every line out to the Sharks. So the big number 5 or the tall number 5, Jean-Ray Labuskachny, is doing great work for them. Well, interesting there that Chele decided to play the ball. Now it's Jasper. Darting and judging like a game of running Red Rover. Korf.
No, and no, leave it. Hold.
Williams.
Beat.
Costa.
For back, Black. Get out.
Chase will come from Abrams. Up goes to Korf. Brilliant take by the scrum half.
And a tackle knocked on.
Korf again, Williams.
That's knocked on in a tackle.
Excellent aerial contest by Korf,
Knocked
using
on in a
his
tackle.
feet quite wet underfoot.
That one there, yeah. This one over here just beaten by the ruck.
Last couple of scrums have been looking good, hoping
Very
that
good
they'll be
scrum.
able to
Let's
maintain
keep it
the
up that
pressure.
side.
Tawiso Mdlecha just needs to watch his angle, as he was seen scrumming in on the previous scrum. He needs to hold his spine, keep the upper body low, and drive hard, drive straight, and use his strength
Crouch.
to contest.
Bind. Set. Steady. Use it now.
Strong strumming, good control by Van der Merwe, then for Corford, Williams.
Advantage back line offside.
Jasper away for Sabat. Lovely moving of the ball into space by the Free Staters.
No, enough advantage.
Another replacement coming on as Mchunu comes on for the Sharks. Now he started in most of their games.
Oh, the side stepper, Genre Sabat.
Okay, let's go.
Just
Stand back
caught
on.
short by Lepu.
4. Let's play it.
Oh, that's a great pick up there by Khumere. Continuity by Labaskachny is good.
No, use it.
Glepu, they decide to move it a little bit wide there for Ruas.
Oh. Use it.
Whilst well taken by Sabat.
No end.
Sometimes those kicks by the scrum half have to be perfectly weighted. Otherwise, you lose possession of the ball and impetus. As the Cheetahs are building up now, as Bolton makes ground once again. Just about every time he gets the ball, he makes ground. Williams. Work here for Costa.
Backwards.
Well, a net gain in ground by the Free Staters.
Off screen.
Time off.
You can Adam Mumford looks injured in the contest while he was attempting to secure the ball from the Free State.
Yes.
Got his knee injured.
Well, that would not be a good thing for the Sharks. He's one of the main contenders in the loose for the ball is Adam Mountford.
So up and under scope. Pas op nie lyn se change nie. Back
And I would hazard a guess that he's a pretty tough customer. So he's just saying, put a bandage on, let's get on with it.
We'll get it now. We'll get it now.
Testing the ball there. Dean Nevote falling on his leg. And thankful he's not injured. Just getting some bandage on that niggle. And he will continue playing.
Yeah, well, let's see if he can carry on, because he's quite heavily bandaged now.
Sal lekker wees.
So giving the player some leeway in terms of getting repaired. One of the unsung heroes, the number one in a team, Johan Skutter. Do all the hard work, all the hard grind.
Okay, time back on.
Very rarely get a man of the match award. Good handling again by the Lafleur, clean through, brilliant by Lafleur, and then the running off the ball is superb. Cohen Jasper timed it to perfection. Lafleur made the break, then Cohen Jasper just surveyed what was in front of him, ran into the perfect position, hence the try.
Gorf has been reading this game quite excellently and holding on to the ball, sucking in two defenders was Bolton, released it to Lafleur, and the try coming in from Cohen Jasper, top drawer stuff by the Free State.
They started the first half on fire. They started the second half on fire. Williams continues the burning.
One would think that the Sharks defense was ready for Donalds, or Bolton rather, to thumb through their defense lines, and that's how he sucked in those defenders and opened the space for Lefleur.
Well, Lefleur made the gap, and now just watch Jasper. He's on the left-hand side of Lefleur. Then there's a little jink on the inside, opened it up for him under the posts.
Perfect line selection by Jasper. Great communication between Lefleur and Jasper, and the support running by the Free State quite consistent, as yet again there were 4 options on that try, 4 passing options.
Well, just eluding
Not been touched.
Ruben
Not been
Trenier
touched.
that time.
Hey, done. Okay. Gold, open up. Open up. Guys, there's your mark. So you need to come in, please.
Who else
Forward
but
more.
Jean-Red Labuschagne?
Hold it now. 4, open up.
Taken forward by Leroux Milan.
Off the boot.
Chance for a counter here from
Get
the
out,
Free
right.
Staters.
No, wait, no. Use it.
Korf. Nicely taken by Costa. Away for Mapansela. He's come on as a replacement. I'm having a look at Adam Mountford. Adam Mountford is clearly limping quite badly and is not the force that he can be. Maybe an idea for the coaching staff to take him off. He's one of their main players in under 21 rugby. Take him off now and
Yeah, we're waiting for him.
let him recover for the future.
No clear release shown there by Jonker.
Okay, okay. Ni bari ni ni nani? Kami dia chat. Tin. Tin ya. All right. Time back on. Clear release. Okay, let's play it.
Costa.
One, two, three. Gold. 1, 2, 3. Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, guys. Hold on, hold on. Just open up a bit. Open up.
So replacements on the Free State side
Time back on.
with the whole of the front row coming off. A nice little play there for Mark Fenter.
Knocked on.
A lot of hooting and cheering by the Free Staters as
Move over
they
a bit.
turn the ball over.
Yes.
But Jean-Red Labuschagne has done a huge amount of work for
All right,
the
guys.
Sharks at line-out
repeat the
time.
last
I
few
mean,
times.
every time
Keep
there's
that
a line-out, they
stability
go
off the
to
set.
him.
Get your body weight.
Mark Fenter unluckily knocking that ball in
Stand
contact.
stability.
He went into the contact, leading the ball with a ball in the same hand, and that's why in the contact he knocked the ball.
Crouch. Okay, good. Okay. Both backs unbalanced. Let's get a bit closer. Yeah, just unbalanced. Let's get the height right as well, please.
So Johannes Venter still in the middle of the
Crouch.
scrum, supported now by Bjerkus and Meads.
Set. Steady. All right. Move over. Right. Be careful not to overextend body weight. Okay, guys, like I said, it's wet underneath. Get our feet below our bodies. Get the stability. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Bolton goes again, breaks that first line of defence, gets the fee status out of the 22.
You've been tackled. You have to release.
And sadly couldn't continue. Quick thinking by Glepu then for Roos. Glepu again, couple of broken tackles there, keeps the Sharks on the move, getting it to their replacement men now, with Venter taking it forward. Also Francois Klopper involved in the action.
Leave it now, wide off feet. Step.
Glepu, Costa, trying to bring Abrams into play, the man who's got fleetness of foot. Strong work there by Ruben Cronier. Korf, now is it on here? Oh, beautiful little chink there from Kele.
Go back for a knock on.
Ivan Rus took off his eyes from the ball there. Quick distribution coming from Glepu.
Time's off. Yeah. Yeah, tackle was complete. Every ball lost for the opstap.
Had his eye on the Free State defense line. Didn't secure the ball first. And coming back
Number
for that
6,
knock
white. 6. It's up. 6.
So Zander Dutoy coming on for Dion Nivot, who's had a pretty workmanlike game. The number 6 flanker. Mind you, always expect a number 6 flanker to have a workmanlike game.
6 minuten. Let's go.
Adam Mountford soldiering on, receiving more attention from the first aid people.
Yes. Okay, let's op je merk af. But guys, let's keep the mark on bind, keep the distance, get the stability. Time back on.
Lock!
Crouch. Bind. Set. Mag niet weer. Kijk, aan de boven opbouw.
Tutukum Tunu needs to work hard on that hit. Already in the contact, Volfart Meads wins the contest by getting his, or rather getting Tunu's neck under pressure.
Are you company gap? Crouch. Bind. Set. Number 1. Now scrum.
So they scrum again. The referee right on the spot to
Okay,
decide that there was a
Move over.
problem there with Henty Bierkus.
No. They'll make a new mark.
Looked like on the hit to Henty,
Net 1.
or rather on the drive, he lost his bind.
Ellenboog op. En die ingaan nie.
Good cohesion there by Mkun and Klopper from the Sharks.
Locks. Crouch. Bind.
Now, what can the Sharks conjure up here?
Set.
Klepu with the feed. Roos at number 8.
Play it.
Klepu gets. Comes for Costa and Abrams.
Leave it wide.
Little dart
out
forward
wide.
is good for the Sharks. Klepu once again. Khumere. Continuity is good, but they don't have enough
Use
ball
it.
carriers. The Sharks, there's a whole line of Free Staters
Okay,
there. They
okay.
didn't commit
Line
to
it
the
out.
ruck, so you
Set.
see all those white jerseys in a line.
No hands.
Low tackle there by Tyson.
No hands wide.
Klepu.
Got it. Turnover made. Leave it black. Leave it black.
Well, the turnover is there, so
Hold
Korf
last feet.
will get, and when he gets it away to one of his forwards who's made good ground, who looked like one of the Croniers, Williams.
Hold.
Oh, it's a good kick by the Free State fly half. And they've defended and got out of trouble well.
Relentless defense by Free State. Securing that turnover was George Grenier.
Okay, it's open maar. Kom hier. Guys, let's get black, let's go. Numbers 5. Okay, open up.
It's quite important that the Sharks keep composure, not to allow frustration to get the better of them.
All right.
Third opportunity where they got so
Okay,
close to
stand
the
back on.
opposition try line and weren't able to execute their game plan.
Well played there by Funnemarva,
Backward.
the Free State
All
skipper.
backwards.
Also good work too from Henty Bierkus to tidy that ball up.
No, leave it now, leave it.
Free Staters attacking at close quarters, taken forward there by Ruben Cronier, and now again applying the pressure on Abrams. In fact, it's Costa who
Fine.
got back
No,
a
play it.
thumping tackle there,
Committed. No.
coming in from Bolton.
Not yet. 1 minute. Okay, time off.
That hard tackle by Shane Bolton looks to have shook Rolf Costa a bit. He's getting a bit of attention.
Yeah, a number of stoppages for injury at the moment.
All right, guys, let's go. No, 1 minute. Let's go. Wait. Time back on.
So shortened line out by the Free Staters, nicely taken again by Korf. And again, it's Bolton who attacks at close quarters and gets it away. Oh, this is a wonderful run away. It's a foot race and brilliantly played there by Jean-Ray Sabat. Great excitement for the Free Staters. But it was that man Bolton who broke that first line of defence again.
A well-deserved try
For
for Jean-Ray Sabat. Oh, this man, quite bulky, breaking through the Sharks defenders, forcing them to commit more players into that defense line and accelerating into space. Jean-Ray Sabat curved through that Sharks defense and put his name on the scoreboard.
Williams' most difficult conversion attempt. Been good with all four so far. That one will miss on the left-hand side of the uprights, and the players will take a water break with the start to the second half going the way of the Free Staters.
Bolton has been quite the challenge for the Sharks defenders. With the strength that he have, being able to carry on the Sharks defenders and execute the preferred pass to Jean-Ray Sabat and him scoring that try.
Again, the running off the ball was intelligent. Where these players, we've seen it a number of times, the players surveying what is in front of them, instead of just charging down the field in support, but running themselves into the open spaces.
But I have to also give it to Cornel Korf, scrum half for Free State. There's been some sublime distribution from him, reading the game pretty well and capitalizing on the opportunities that he's realizing.
Let's go.
So the referee says, let's go again. The Sharks are behind their own goal post, so they will come slowly out of the in-goal area. Water carriers and first aid people are working overtime at the moment as the temperature here in Johannesburg moves up towards the 32 mark. The high today in Johannesburg. Heavy rain last night in various areas, and they must have had it here, as we've heard the referee saying the field is very wet underfoot. But in good nick.
Time back on. Off the boot.
Well, it's good follow-up play there by Leroux Malan. Kept the ball infield. Klepu. Then the charge forward is good from Labuskachny. It's been the pick of the forwards here. Skumeri also works hard.
Advantage 9 offside.
At close quarters, the Korf anticipating the play and going offside. Klepu. Costa away, and the try will be, it looks a lot like Leroux Malan.
Yeah, Niacha. Okay, guys, I just spoke to you about offsides. We need to fall back. 9 offside again. Thanks.
Well, it's Don Falconer, the former Rondebosch scholar. The two centres looking pretty much alike, Milan and Falconer.
Yep.
But here come the Sharks again.
Brilliant line chosen by Tlepu. And the Free State defense were lining up to defend Leroux Milan, hoping that he will be receiving the ball. But Donald Falconer
Yes.
stepping into that space created there and scoring the try.
Another good conversion by Costa. He kicked a beauty at the end of the first half from the touchline. So keeping the Sharks in touch. Not a penalty in the game going over the crossbar so far.
Space created there by when Sabats was contesting Leroux Milan, easily allowing Falconer to jot down the try.
Vlepu, Khmere. Strong run by the Sharks flanker. Vlepu, Costa. Out wide there by Milan. Now a chance for them to, well, they've run it out of their own 22-metre area. Very well have the Sharks. Vlepu again, good front foot ball for the Sharks. Tracking on the pace is Labuskakni. Vlepu changing direction. Abrams, and then away will now be the chase, but across is Sabat. Oh, it's good cover defence by the winger. Also, Chele getting over there very well.
Here.
That's the thumping tackle we had earlier from Bolton.
Five.
It's enough to make your teeth rattle a bit.
More.
It's almost inevitable that we say Labuskakni makes the catch at the line out.
Hold last feet.
Vlepu right there at close
Last
quarters.
feet.
Had to keep it in field, going a little bit sideways it was.
Twelve out. No.
Getting it away there to Nubat. And
Holding
a
on.
disappointing
And 19
end
going off feet.
to the movement for the Sharks as Oki Barnard also gets involved.
Issue there. Now you can see the gap left by
Behind the ball.
Mumford
Okay.
not being in play.
It's a good kick away by Williams.
Time off. Thank you. Time back on. Five in.
The altitude will keep on getting to the Sharks as the Free State is forcing them to return back to their own 22.
Worked out now. What can the Sharks conjure up here to keep them in the game?
Get out 12.
Vlepu, Abrams,
Use it.
couple of the backline players having to commit to the ruck situation.
Use it.
Now that's a kick that will open it up a little bit for Free State. Chile.
Advantage.
I must say that Mapunsela did pretty well there to grab a piece of cloth. And now there's a replacement scrum half on as Melu Klaas takes over from Cornel Korf.
Taking his eyes off the ball there, Roewald van der Merwe in contact, knocking it.
Franco Smith also has been on the field. In fact, he was responsible for that thumping kick downfield
Open up.
for the Cheetahs.
Open up. Open up.
Has played at both centre and fly half in this tournament. Good line-out ball for Klaas, Smith,
Thanks, Ash.
Bolton. Now the Lucy's come at pace down midfield. It's extending that Sharks defence. Klaas. Oh, nice little ball away there for Cranier.
Knocked on. Time off.
Well, now players all over the place receiving attention, amongst them Khumere. Players down on their haunches.
Just timing one from line out. Okay.
Soaking up the heat.
Thanks.
It's been quite an all-action game.
Thanks.
Both sides with plenty of endeavour.
Brilliant ball retention there by Jock Tyson.
I spoke to them about the offside.
In contact, sucking in the Sharks defence, releasing George Cranier.
Renier Viljoen just coming onto the field. So we have George Cranier receiving some attention. They're getting a help up from the lady first aid attendant.
Already on, thank you.
Who is about half his size.
Scrum.
So it is, Renier Viljoen,
right,
who is on the field. So a whole lot of replacement numbers, as you can see in picture there. Still Tlepu operating at scrum half for the Sharks. Very often around about this time you have a scrum half replacement because they cover a huge amount of ground in a game.
Bind. Set. Steady. Ball 22. No, advantage.
Waiting for the feed from Evan Roos.
New advantage.
Little dab by Costa. Tremendous cover there.
Offside.
From
You got
Klaas.
two options. One here for offside or at the scrum. Yeah, or there. Yeah. That one. Okay. Number 9 offside, yeah. The scrum. And that 10, yeah. Up there. Yeah.
Bit over eager in defence was Hlumelo Klaas.
Thanks. Okay, gold on the line. Line's yours. Fine. What, 4, 5? 5 in.
So
Okay, line,
moving
line.
pretty slowly to the line out.
More.
And working the blind side
Play on.
effectively is Klepu.
In touch.
Referee's assistant has her flag up.
Okay, keep the gap.
Brilliant quick play by Zlepu. Just unluckily
Use the
stepping
line.
on
Use
his
the line.
John Rue as he was about to kick that ball.
Hold.
Good ball for Klaas. Smith. Lefleur. Well tackled there by
Use it.
Falconer.
No. No, happy with it. Thanks. No. Hold.
Klaas. Smith.
Wait, gold. Let's go on side.
Abrams. What can Abrams do? Well, he decides to go with Jean Roux. Taking it back to the safety of his forwards. Abrams for Fenta.
Advantage.
Khumede holding off Henty Birkus. Klepu going in again.
Leave it
Costa. Then away for Chunu.
Late tackle. Number 5.
Sounds
Number
of
5.
time running out for the Sharks here.
Oh, yeah. Number 5.
Late tackle by Ruben Kronia onto Takir Abrahams.
Right there.
Even Ruiz has been struggling a bit with handling today. But it's been such a good game of front rows contest. And he's one of the marked men by the Free State defense, not allowing him
You guys,
to
there's been a
have
lot
that
of penalties now.
momentum,
Get the
or the
discipline up.
space rather, to build up momentum,
There's
as
been a
he's
lot
quite the
of
effective runner.
5 penalties.
Labaskachny.
Balls in front.
Oh, good little charge forward there by Gube.
No hands, white. And he's got it. No.
It's turned over. Klaas. So good defence once
No.
again by
First one dead, second one
the
on
Free
his feet.
Staters.
The mistakes the Sharks have been making here is that the single men running and no support play on those breakdowns on the fringes, and that's how the Free State has been securing the turnovers.
More. Say more. Use it now. Play on.
Good play by Van der Merwe, applying the pressure now. The ball should come
Good.
back to Klaas. No advantage, so
Knocked on.
it will be Free State feed to the scrum.
Hold on. Captain. I understand it's hot, and I understand it's a tight game. There's too many players talking now. Talking only to you two guys. If there's problems, the team come to you. Right, let's stop the shouting. Let's get the discipline back up. Nee, uiteraard weer.
Wise words by Morne Ferreira, the referee. I was about to say it earlier on. There's an awful lot of shouting and chatting going on.
Right, guys, let's go.
Certainly far more than happened a few years ago.
You can see the body language of the Sharks,
Okay,
looking like they're
keep your mark.
gasping for air, altitude getting to them.
Time back on.
And this is where the Free State,
Work on the stability.
or the
Both backs,
Toyota Free
please.
State rather, is thriving as they are used to these conditions.
Damon O'Connell is now on the field for the Sharks at scrum half,
Bind.
as is Reinhard Jonker as well. So the full complement, only Aya Matrus to come on for
Fun.
the Free Staters.
Leave it now, Black. Off feet.
Klaas, Smith, nice
All
neat
right.
hands by the fly half. Cover coming from Reinhard Jonker. Well, he's got a big boot on him, has Franco Smith.
Right here.
Ends up with the ball going directly into touch.
A bit back.
Now, watch number 5 in the line out.
More. Force in front.
Continuity is good. O'Connell.
Tackle.
Really good build-up this by the Sharks. O'Connell. The big men need to get in there in numbers. That's what they really need to do. And Mapansela didn't have anywhere to go there. Martin made the point that they're tending to follow up one by one by one. So they're alle speel, Ian, as they say. Khumede. O'Connell. It's lost forward. Good advantage played by Klaas.
No. Hold last feet.
In possession again, the
Use
lively little scrum half.
Inside.
Smith.
Advantage over.
Yonker. Abrams. Always full of endeavour. Here's the Sharks fullback, Roos. Jonker. Former South African schools player out of Glenwood. O'Connell, then Fenter. O'Connell. Nicely worked out wide by the Sharks. The running off the ball was good there by Jonker.
No hands.
Oof, big drive into the ruck there.
Counter ruck's good. Leave it now, Black.
Counter ruck is good. Leave it black
No
means
hands,
the
no
white
hands.
Free Staters in their white jerseys have managed to turn it over.
Use it.
If the referee says leave it black, but it comes back on the black side.
Got it. And lost it again. Advantage knock on. Advantage offer.
Now we could have a race on our hands here. And I think the race is over already. Jonker is coming over. But it is going to be a run in and an easy run in eventually for Sianda Chele. And that will be the ball game.
Sianda Chele giving his try to Conan Lefleur. Felt selfless of him.
Benwell.
The Sharks gasping for air.
Water, please.
Clear overlap opportunity identified there by Hlumela Klaas. Easiest thing to do, spread it wide. And with lightning speed was Sianda Chele dashing down the touch and selflessly releasing it to Conan Lefleur for the try.
Well, I was already writing his name down on my score sheet, and Lefleur claimed from nowhere. Has captained the Free Staters during this tournament, has Lefleur. Conversion by Smith is easy.
Thank you.
Jonker. Now the Free State is able to launch another attack.
Balls out.
Klaas. Basically to nobody. Malan
Ball
nearly
backwards.
got a boot on it.
Outside.
Smith. Nice little bit of footwork there by Jasper. Then Klaas comes hurtling around now. It's with Sabat.
Hold last feet. Use it. No. No. Time's not up.
Referee saying time is not up. They're probably watching the screen on the north side of the ground, which shows that time is up, but in fact is not quite in sync with the timekeepers.
Middle.
So coaches would be quite
Let's go.
aware, one might say, if they're and warning their players that it's not totally in sync. It now has the siren. Really will make no effect to the end result, apart from perhaps a little bit of pride for the Sharks, primarily their replacements.
More.
Yun.
And they hold it up
Black taking it in.
to
That
the
is
Free
game.
Staters. That is the game. It's a workman. Well, the Sharks were in with a shout at half-time, and then suddenly the 1, 2, 3 tries by the Free Staters took it away from the Sharks. A valiant effort by them in terms of keeping in touch, basically. The try by Falconer, then converted by Costa, but ultimately the Free Staters running out by that score on your screen, 40 points to 21.
Good game, mate.